What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to an episode of my Path to Power. Before we get into the episode, if you guys are looking to purchase any MSP or PSN cards, make sure to check out thegamekeys.co.uk. Or if FIFA coins are more your thing, check out justfifacoins.com. You can use the code Japes to get yourself a 5% discount on their instant delivery. And away we go. Now, this is post-patch, and I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, and I don't think that this is going to be a one episode kind of commentary. I think there's a strong chance that this will carry on over into another episode. First off, you can see we still have the exact same team, and I made a mistake, and that mistake was not selling before the impending market crash. So rather than sell on, I decided to kind of cry in a corner for a little bit, and it's going to be brutal. But we're in Division 1. We're playing against this guy, and this is my first game post-patch. And for those of you guys that don't know, EA came out with a patch, I think sometime, maybe about a week ago now. About a week ago. All right, stop, Japes. They came out with a patch about a week ago, and what did they say? They made changes to defensive positioning and lobbed through balls. Now, this first game, I couldn't exactly tell what was different, but this squad does not play the same at all. And there are going to be some people that say, Japes, you just can't exploit things the way you were before. You can't, it should benefit your play style because it has slowed things down a little bit. It's made defending, all right, so generally speaking, my first impressions, it's made defending a lot easier. Defending the run of, the general run of play a lot easier. Now, there are certain things that are pretty exploitable, and I will get into that probably I might do it as a single one-off video on, but I just don't want to come up against it every game. And it's really, well, I guess it's not. It's defendable, but it's not. EA didn't put a counterbalance in the game. And what I'm kind of referring to, and I'll get into it here, are the player instructions. I was dabbling around with it last night, and I didn't get any coins from this match, which is freaking awesome because I decided to change formations, but I don't have enough coins to really swap the team around the way I want to do. So hats off to EA. Well done. Generally with the patch, I think it over nerfed some of the fun aspect of Ultimate Team. Now the player instructions, you can tell your players to get in behind, and with the changes that they've made to lob through balls, you can send lob through balls for days and your players will just make runs. Now, the annoying part about this, and it's very, very effective. I was playing around with it last night. It is stupid effective. You're going to be if you play any 4-3-3, 4-3-2-1, you don't even need 5-2-2-1 I was using, and it was the easiest thing I've ever played. If you play with that and you set your player instructions, which you're going to see, I think I slow it down on the screen maybe. At least I hope I do, so you'll see it. But if you set your front attackers to stay forward, get in behind, and if their wingers cut inside, you're going to be able to play over-the-top through balls for days because they boosted over-the-top through balls. That was one of their changes. Now, they said they've made changes to defensive AI, and essentially I think that change has just kind of nerfed the sprint dribble some. Which is a good thing. The sprint dribble is gone the way it was before. You're not going to be seeing anybody sprinting through off of kickoff and scoring a goal. And if they do, it's because somebody is atrocious at defending. But the over-the-top through ball, and you can now hit, I switched to the false 9 or the 4-3-3 number 5 with the false 9 center forward position for those of you guys that are purists out there. I switched to this formation, and you can also play the right wing to left wing through balls now again. If you have players that are good enough passers, and you have pacey enough players to run onto it. So your elite players are going to feel, you're going to be able to do a lot of things, especially hitting those through balls. And I don't have to play, I can't really play, and this is still early on. I don't have to play, and I can't really play kind of the possession game that I was playing before. You can sort of, but it just doesn't seem as effective because of how effective counterattacks and the instructions are to send your players in on through. When they make the run in on through, you just play a little LBY pass, and guess what? You're in behind them. Now, that's not going to show as much in this game coming up here. because I am playing with a team that there are a lot of players on 7 or 8 chem in this squad right now. I think a lot of them are on 8 chem. So you're seeing what I'm doing on the screen, all sorts of different things, and making my central midfielders. I like one that's kind of a medium, and I like one that's a free roam, getting up, supporting the attack. That seems to be what works out well for me, at least at this current time. Now, I don't think the team that I'm using is that amazing. Deulofeu and Griezmann were kind of just picked up to fill the squad out so I could play a match, and I end up kind of selling the squad on after this because I found it pretty boring to play with, and I'd like to go out and build a team. It's time to build a new team kind of set for this formation. I think James Rodriguez is amazing in that false 9 spot, but I didn't really quite have the players around him that I wanted to. For the false 9, running this formation, you have to put more emphasis on your wingers because you have to bring in wingers that can score, that can finish, that can, do a good job getting in behind and causing problems. And Deulofeu and Griezmann is okay to some extent, but Deulofeu is really not that guy for me. And this guy is running an MLS side. Generally, when you come up against teams like this, they're pretty good players. He's also rocking with that Clint Dempsey at that false 9 spot, and it's a pretty well-rounded MLS team, I'd say. And he was a pretty good player, so there's only going to be 1 goal in this match because he was quite solid defensively. But that is, I guess that's, hats off to him for that. But the player instructions and the patch are, if you're not using player instructions at this point, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage because they're ridiculously effective. My issue with the get in behind is that your only options for your center backs are, stay back when attacking, and it's like play like a striker or support, something like that. It's not, there should be an option for defend over the top balls, like sit deep or keep the game in front of you. Whatever you want it to be, that really feels like it can combat what people are inevitably going to do. Now, I haven't tried out a formation like a 5-2-1-2 or something like that yet, but I will be doing that on streams and stuff. If that's something you're interested in, check out my Twitch TV, twitch.tv/AirJapesFIFA. I generally tweet out, which is at AirJapesFIFA, when I go live, and I'll be trying out all sorts of different teams, players, new formations, figuring out exactly what is strongest on this patch, and then I'll probably try to translate it over to my path to power. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, a thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.